Hey everybody, AJ here. So today I'm going to be taking my girlfriend flying in the Champ. So she's been flying in small airplanes before. It's definitely not anything new for her. But I don't think she's flown in anything quite as small as this or as old as this. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the cockpit and see what the Bug Smasher can do.
We're traveling 82 nautical miles. Yeah, about an hour and 10 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes will burn about, this is saying 7.5 gallons of fuel. I'll buy that. I mean, probably gonna burn like 6.5 at taxi, takeoff, landing. I think it's gonna be less. I think it's gonna be 7.1 gallons.
Okay.
You need to test me at the gas pump when I fill it up.
Test you?
Yep, at the gas pump. I think it's gonna be 7.1 gallons.
Okay.
8 knots of headwind on takeoff. It's not kind of nice. See how fast we can get off the ground. Pass Rebels area traffic, Aranca 003, departing runway tree one with straight out departure. Pass up. I haven't heard anybody go off. Final looks clear. The runway looks clear.
Cessna holding short at runway 1. Are you waiting on the Warrior on Foxtrot? Negative. We're just about to take runway 1 for a simulated engine failure over 1. Drive route to squeeze by you there to get to the fuel pump. Oh, I see you right there. You know what? As soon as this aircraft just departed 3-1, we'll go ahead and take runway 1 right now and be on our way. 6476 Golf, taking runway 1. We're going to do a simulated engine failure over the runway, land, and exit the runway.
Ah, they got a Chinook at the Cal Fire Base today.
Paso traffic, Warrior 36052, taxi Foxtrot, echo to the fuel pump.
All right. Oil pressure looks good. Oil temperature is good. 5 minutes, 60 miles an hour.
Paso traffic, Cherokee 11 Whiskey, taxiing Nuno Hangars 231 via Foxtrot. Paso traffic.
So we're flying to Hollister Airport. There's have a lot of glider activity out of that airport. And then they think they also got some parajumpers, I think. They could do quite a few jumps out there. I think they have some warning areas. I find myself here not doing anything. I'm just climbing. I'm like, oh, what should I be doing? And I immediately think back to my flight instructor. When we were doing our cross-country training, you know, going to different airports with him, he'd be like, if you're not doing something, you're wrong. And my buddy and I thought that was so funny because we both have the same instructor.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. He also just likes to get you guys stressed out, too. So you can, like...
Yeah, he definitely used stress as a performing enhancer, which is what stress is a good is used well for that. But I mean, he's right. If you're not doing anything, that's why I think the GPSs get people so entrapped and just, oh, I can take off and follow the purple line on the screen and I'll get there. It's like, I mean, if you're not doing anything, you know, if you're not doing anything, you should be looking for a place to land in an emergency. You should be calculating how much fuel you've burned, and if you're burning too much, you should be checking the winds. You should be checking on your engine, making sure everything's going good, everything's healthy. You know, there's always something that you should and can be doing. And I think that's where a lot of, I don't want to say newer pilots because I'm obviously a new pilot. I'm using ForeFlight today. But I mean, you know, a lot of pilots who rely too much on the GPS kind of can get complacent. Because, you know, something bad happens and you don't know the state of your aircraft. I mean, if you're constantly checking and you're constantly, oh, okay, my oil temperature is good, my oil pressure is good, I know what the winds are outside, I know the terrain around me. You know, if you're constantly checking all that stuff and all of a sudden, I mean, boom, your power goes out and you're like, I gotta land somewhere. Well, you already have a spot picked out. You already know the status of your engine. You can check what's gone wrong, you know. So I think that's where a lot of pilots get complacent, is they just turn on the GPS and go. And that's not really how flying should work. Not safe flying anyway. So that when something does happen, you're better prepared to handle the situation. You can just act instead of having to react.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You want to fly?
I'm okay.
Let's see, we're about 2,400 feet. Our density altitude is a little bit of 3,000. Temperature is on 66, which is pretty nice. I will lead it out a little bit, differential performance. Plus, I got to make that 7.1 gallon mark that I'm betting on. Did your mom ever text back?
I can't understand you.
Why can't you understand me? Is there something wrong?
What?
Is there something wrong with your radio?
What about it?
Is there something wrong? Why can't you understand me?
Because it's really hard to hear you. You're just like, I don't know. It's really staticky, yeah.
Is it overly staticky? Is there something wrong?
No. Nothing's wrong. It's just not, like,
You don't have trained ear?
Yeah. I can understand most of it. It's just it's when you say stuff that's like, I don't know, when you use, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that definitely is something, a little bit of a hurdle. It's not that big a deal, but definitely when I was going through my flight training, that's definitely something that I encountered was, you know, it's not like you can just hop on the radio and understand everybody. It's kind of a trained trait. Like, you have to learn how to hear people on the radio because you have static, maybe they're quiet, they're loud. You know, it's kind of hard to get that at first. And it takes quite a while. I mean, there's still times. I mean, you know, as you fly more, you understand the language, so you know you're expecting what people will say, so your brain can fill in the gaps. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's harder for my passengers a lot of the time to hop in the airplane and understand what I'm saying or understand what the other airplanes are saying because it takes a while to train your ears to listen.
Like, I can understand, like, all of that. It's mostly when you're just asking questions because you can't anticipate anything and
Right.
you can't fill in the blanks. And it's like, I have no clue what you're saying, but okay.
Right, yeah, your brain can't really fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Now that I know that I actually can pack, like, a decent trip in a backpack.
Yeah, you packed pretty light. I mean, if you see the backpack back there, she came here for 3 days and she only packed in that. That's pretty impressive.
I think I actually have, like, somehow, even though I left stuff at your house, I think I have more stuff in my bag now.
Really?
It seems like it.
I don't think you do.
I don't know
think
why.
You just packed it neater when you came.
It's because I came in jeans and it came in bulkier clothes than what I'm going home in.
Oh, that's true, yeah. All right, we're at our altitude right now. Level off here, pull the power back a little bit. 4,500 feet. Actually about 4,560. Failing at life. Oil temperature, oil pressure is good. Not a whole lot of great spots to land, I'm not going to lie to you. All I've got this airplane is I've got an airspeed indicator, altimeter, turn coordinator, and I've got a tachometer, oil pressure, oil temperature, magnetos. Fuel lever. I also have 2 additional fuel levers underneath for the wing tanks. I have a fuel tank up front, wing tank in each wing. It's about 5 gallons each. Carburetor heat, cabin heat. My radio is down at my feet, and my transponder. And I've also got a voltmeter, and I've got a Hobbs meter, some fuses. Over here, I got my master switch. I've got my nav lights, which is also connected to my ADS-B out. I've got landing lights, fuses, right there. This is my push-to-talk to my radio hookups, and my GoPros. Hi, GoPros. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, and as far as navigation, I got a fuel gauge and a wet compass. So how I'm navigating to Hollister is, if I can get on track here, I am flying with my knees on a heading of 320. Whoops, a little bit off now. Whatever, I'll fix it. And I've picked a point out in my horizon that lines up with that magnetic heading. So even if I lose my magnetic heading, right, because what if I drift off 5 miles to the right? My magnetic heading is now going to be different getting to Hollister. And because I don't have a VOR, if you know what that is, I can't type in that frequency and get a new heading. So I have to either stay on this track and stay on this exact heading, which I'm actually off a little bit right now. I will turn with my knees. So I pick a point out in the horizon. The second I get up and the second I can get a correct heading, and I fly to that point. So if I drift off and I lose that heading, I can just fly to that.
Hollister traffic, Skywagon 662, turning left base 31 Hollister.
Hollister traffic, Skyline 273 Foxtrot, turning left crosswind 31 Hollister.
See that?
Yeah.
Aerobatic maneuver.
Hollister traffic, Skywagon, turning final 31 Hollister, full stop.
Man, that could have been bad.
Yeah.
I would go to avoid him, he'd go to where I'm going. Man, do not want to hit a bird. He was going to go right through my prop if I didn't move. Hollister traffic, Ronca 003 entering, left upwind, 31, Hollister. Gas is on, undercarriage down and welded, make sure the propeller is still on. Trim set.
Hollister traffic, 2773 Foxtrot, turning left base, 31, Hollister. Hollister traffic, 2773 Foxtrot, turning final, 31, Hollister.
Hollister traffic going on 3 Delta Charlie's on the upwind, 3-1 for the left pattern, Hollister. Hollister traffic going on 3 Delta Charlie's left crosswind, 3-1, Hollister.
Hollister traffic Bronco 003 left crosswind 31 number 2 Hollister. Hollister traffic Bronco 003 is turning left base tree 1 number 2 full stop Hollister. Hollister traffic Bronco 003 is final runway tree 1 full stop pass on or Hollister.
Hollister traffic, 2773 Foxtrot, turning final, runway 31, Hollister.